Lesson 3.4, exponents. We're going to start, change of plans. Let's start here at the very end. What is bigger, 15 to the third power or 3 to the 15th power? That's going to be the question that I want you to be thinking about. And I'm going to ask it again at the very end. So now let's go to the vocab. Starting here, we have two terms, base and exponent. And rather than writing out definitions, I thought it'd be easiest if you were able to see what it looks like. So the number here, that's called the base, and that little teeny tiny number at top is called the exponent. And how they work is you take the base and you multiply it by itself the number of times as the exponents. If that's a little confusing, you'll see what I mean when we get to the next section. The next word is exponential notation. This is one way that you write exponents. How it is the base and the exponent. So you're going to write, if you have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, you'd write it as 2 to the 5th power. This is what exponential notation looks like. The next one is expanded form. You've seen expanded form when we talked about other things just as numbers, writing them out. But now it's a series of multiplication problems. So if expanded form, this 2 to the 5th that we have right here is going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. It's like you took this little thing and you expanded it out. That's expanded form. Standard form, that's just the product. So it's a number. So it would be whatever 2 to the 5th is. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. So 2 to the 5th in standard form is just going to be 32. Now the next two, squared and cubed, are special forms of exponents. And they're special because they're common. It's a common exponent. It's probably used more than anything else, squared. To be squared is it's a number times itself, or it's doubled. So look at this. If I have 3 squared, or 3 to the 2nd power, that's going to be 3 times 3, because I have my base multiplied by itself the number of times the exponent. So 3 times 3, that's why the exponent is 2. 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 squared equals 9. Cubed is a little bit different. Instead of doubled, it's 3 times. Remember, it's not times 3. It's you multiply the base 3 times. So 3 times 3 times 3. You'd count that as 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. All right, let's look how it works. Biggest misconception is right here. 3 to the 4th power equals 3 times 4. No, not this. 3 to the 4th, or 3 to the 4th power is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. What you do, you take the base and multiply it by itself the number of times as the exponent. So in the example of 5 to the 4th power, you take 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which then would equal 625. Pause the video and see if you can remember which form this is. So we have 3 different forms right here. What order they go in? You're right. We have exponential notation, 5 to the 4th power, expanded form, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, and standard form, 625, or the answer, or product. All right, let's do some practice. Here are 2 problems, 5 to the 5th power and 3 squared, or 3 to the 2nd power. These are both in standard form. I'd like you to tell me what the expanded form is and write it in, I'm sorry, wow, I just made a mistake. These are in exponential notation. I want you to write it in expanded form and then in standard form. Pause the video and see if you're correct. See, you got this. Number 1, 5 to the 5th power is 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. See, the base is 5, so I write it 5. The exponent is 5, so I do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when you multiply that out, you get 3,125. Number 2 was 3 squared, so 3 times 3, which equals 9. The next two, 8 to the 3rd power or 7 to the 4th power. So this one, I'm sorry, pause the video, see if you can get this. Right. 8 times 8 times 8 is 512. And 7 to the 4th power is 7 times 7 times 7 times 7, which is 2,401. Last thing I want to point out here, if you need extra practice or if you aren't sure if you get it or not, do page 71, 12 through 18, 23 through 26, and 31 through 32. Those are all really good problems to help show you whether or not you understand it. Now let's get back to this question. This is what we started with. What is bigger, 15 to the 3rd power or 3 to the 15th power? Come to class with what you think is bigger. Don't solve it, just tell me what you think. And again, if you don't understand this, please make sure you join one of my small groups, and have a great night.